Smoke chokes the air. The ground beneath her feet trembles with each distant explosion. Maya, crouched behind a shattered tree trunk, clutches a single withered leaf like a precious relic. Around her, the world is burning, but her eyes tell the story of a fight much deeper than bullets and bombs. How did she end up here, in the eye of a storm where nature and war collide? And what was the secret that those in power desperately tried to silence? The year is 2015. The scene is a forgotten forest on the edge of a war zone where two warring factions battle for control. The air is thick with diesel fumes, and the bitter taste of smoke lingers on the tongue. It is not just a battlefield of soldiers. It is a battlefield for the earth itself, and Maya is a warrior unlike any other. An environmental activist, she ventured into these forbidden lands to document the destruction no soldier ever wanted recorded. Her mission was clear but perilous: to expose the catastrophic environmental damage masked by the usual headlines of human casualties and military advances. The silence around these ecological wounds was deafening. Maya's work threatened powerful interests who needed the war to continue without scrutiny. The inciting incident was sudden. While gathering samples from a river turned toxic, a heavy shell shattered the ground nearby, forcing Maya and her small team to flee for their lives. Their equipment was destroyed, but the data they collected contained a dark truth. Chemical contamination from banned weapons was poisoning the soil and water, spreading death and mutation beyond the battlefield. The struggle that followed was harrowing. Maya navigated minefields of suspicion, sabotage, and betrayal, locals whispering warnings, drones buzzing overhead, and the looming threat of armed patrols seeking to erase any evidence. Each night brought fresh peril, from sniper fire to mercenaries hired to silence her. Fear writhed beneath Maya's determined expression, but never broke her spirit. Her exhaustion was physical and mental. Her camera rolls held fragments of dying trees blackened by invisible toxins, fish floating dead in once clear streams, and scorched earth where life had surrendered. She spoke to villagers with hollow eyes, their crops contaminated, their health ravaged. This was no collateral damage. It was an invisible genocide committed against the land itself. The climax came when Maya's convoy was ambushed. Surrounded and outgunned, survival hinged on a desperate escape through a defoliated forest, an eerie graveyard of twisted trunks and ash. Shots echoed, hearts pounded, and the world narrowed to breathless moments. Maya's hand tightened on that fragile leaf, a symbol of everything she fought to protect. Her survival was a miracle, but the truth she carried was heavier than the gunfire. Classified reports later revealed that the military used chemical agents under the guise of tactical necessity, knowing full well the long-term devastation. The environmental catastrophe was hidden beneath layers of deceiving official statements and censored media. Reflecting on Maya's story unveils a brutal reality. War does not merely consume human lives, it devours the very earth that supports them. The forests turn to ash, the poisoned waters, the silent suffering of wildlife, all are casualties ignored by history's official accounts. Maya's courage shattered the veil, but the question remains: how many others have suffered in silence? Today, those with eyes to see understand that protecting nature in times of war is a battle against not just bullets, but erasure itself. Maya's legacy is a haunting call to remember the scars invisible to most, to confront the terrifying truth that the war machine spares nothing, not even the soil beneath our feet. The withered leaf she held was more than a symbol, it was a silent scream from a world burning in the shadows. What do you think is the biggest threat to nature during wartime? The silence, the chemical poisons, or the ruthless destruction of habitats? Share your thoughts below and keep sharing stories that refuse to be forgotten.